This week on Discover Oklahoma,
trace the history of this iconic OKC district.
Explore a place of creation and relaxation for artists.
Pick up food to go or enjoy the menu at this local eatery.
Taste South American cuisine by heading northeast.
Experience a day in the life of a ranch hand.
Help us wish Lauren good luck as she's off to new adventures. All that and more on Discover Oklahoma.
Hi, I'm Lauren Nelson. Welcome to the popular Paseo district in Oklahoma City.
And I'm Dino Lalli. Today we're taking a pass through the Paseo from the JRB Art at the Elms Gallery.
And this is just one of many great destinations, this iconic OKC district that's left a mark on this city.
Built in the 20s as the first shopping center north of downtown, Paseo was falling into disrepair by the 70s and home to OKC's counterculture.
Paseo at that time was kind of the Haight-Ashbury of Oklahoma City. Most of the buildings were boarded up, but there were some artists living and working in the back of some of those buildings.
Paseo's future took an unexpected turn when Joy's future husband John made a spur-of-the-moment decision.
He said, and I have just bought 2 derelict buildings in the Paseo, and I think I'm losing my mind.
But John and Joy began to envision what you see today. The Paseo is OKC's arts district full of galleries, shops, and restaurants. They and others bought and restored buildings like JRB Art at the Elms,
so that Oklahoma City can always have a dedicated arts district. And it's been an interesting ride.
Find out more about the Paseo district by visiting travelok.com/Paseo. The Paseo has been a haven for artists to gather and display their items.
Our next stop is a place for those artists and those who love art to collaborate, create, and find respite. Our Deanne Stein and videographer Tommy Evans show us an artist retreat known as Heart of the Paseo.
You can see artist Denise Duong's artwork all over the city, but her heart is right here in the Paseo district where she opened the Little D Gallery.
This show has 70 different jewelers from all over the country.
Denise opened her gallery to showcase artists from Oklahoma and all over the world.
So this piece is a collaborative piece.
And of course her own work, like this sculpture she created with her partner Gabriel Friedman.
He is a sculptor, and he made this piece from a design that we had, worked on together.
Denise lived within walking distance of the Arts District, and when she moved, decided to open her home as an Airbnb.
I just wanted to make it feel like, it's unique. It's someone's home, not just like a hotel rental.
Her 2-bedroom house offers a fully stocked kitchen, 1 bathroom, and a cozy living and dining space which opens to a sunroom. And the decor, like her artwork, is one of a kind.
I had an exhibit over at the Science Museum, and this was from that series.
Throughout the home, you'll see Denise's works of art.
It's almost like a retrospective show in here because it's a bunch of my older works.
You'll also see a collection of her dad's eclectic thrift store finds filling up the shelves.
It makes you feel right at home and makes you just keep wanting to come back.
And they do. Angie Austin McCurdy has stayed here 5 times in the past year.
I live in Edmond, and my boyfriend lives in Tulsa. And so when he comes here, we usually just like to stay here because it's close to all the things we want to do.
It's 3 doors down from everything.
The charming home is just a few steps away from the art community, where you can explore plenty of art galleries, restaurants, and shops.
You can come here and not leave this neighborhood your entire stay.
Like a home away from home.
Because we've stayed here so many times, it's like we're coming home.
Or as Denise calls it, her little piece of heaven. At the Paseo Arts District in Oklahoma City, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
If you're looking for a place to stop, collaborate, and listen to other artists, you can find all the details on this destination at travelok.com/Heart of the Paseo. Coming up, we're heading to a market you can get to by foot or bike and leave with a full belly or things to make a feast at home.
And we'll head northeast to Tulsa to a quaint restaurant serving up quality South American cuisine.
Plus a trip to my old stomping grounds for a down-home ranch adventure, and we'll say a very reluctant goodbye to our Lauren Nelson. We'll be right back. Discover Oklahoma is produced by the Oklahoma Tourism and Recreation Department, along with TravelOK.com, the Oklahoma Travel and Outdoor Guides, and Oklahoma Today magazine. If you would like to advertise your business or destination, contact us at TravelOK.com/advertise.
The free Oklahoma Outdoor Guide is your North Star, lighting your way to jaw-dropping beauty and heart-pumping adventure. Order or download yours today at TravelOK.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, coming to you from the Paseo Arts District and the JRB Art at the Elms Gallery.
This gallery is known for its diverse lineup of artists and features all kinds of media, from sculpture to jewelry.
And there's a spot right around the corner that also offers up a variety of items as well. Take home locally sourced foods or enjoy the cuisine at 30th Street Market. Deanne Stein and videographer Tommy Evans give us a taste.
Tucked back off of 30th Street in Oklahoma City is a neighborhood market like no other, an inviting pit stop for those passing by on foot or bike.
There's a lot of foot traffic, I think probably the most in the city.
And with this in mind, business owners Andrea Kester and her husband Josh Gotro turned this old warehouse near the Paseo Arts District into something special.
We were nervous that, oh man, are we trying to do too much? There's too much in one space, but I think that's also why it works. It is something for everyone.
Coffee, food, bikes. It's a lot to take in, but let's give it a try, starting with the sandwiches.
The Italian is probably where it all started.
It's a go-to for many customers, and you can see why. Homemade ciabatta piled high with 3 different types of salami topped with provolone and their signature marinated onions and peppers. Or how about the sweets and beets? Shredded kale, roasted sweet potato, pickled beets, and feta between 2 slices of toasted milk bread. And then there's the pastrami with Swiss and sauerkraut on country sourdough bread. This one I tried, and let me tell you, it's delicious.
My favorite personally is probably the smoked trout toast.
You can also get soups and salads and breakfast sandwiches. They even have vegan and gluten-free options.
This bacon and egg sandwich is my favorite thing you get here.
Ryan Funk lives nearby and says he eats here a couple of times a week.
This place, it just feels very like homey, kind of like it's a neat spot.
Another regular, Christian Murray, comes here to work.
I think it embodies so much of what Oklahoma is today, which is like friendliness, diversity.
And you'll feel that diversity within the market itself, where the owners have tapped into a unique culture between cycling and coffee.
I think coffee and bikes go together well. I think bread and bikes go together well.
They partnered with Celestial Bikes to open a small bike shop in the back where you can drop off your bike for repairs.
We also offer essential retail, helmets, bike locks, tubes, tires, the things that you need in a pinch are here.
But mostly the market wants to be a stop along the way.
And the market's a great gathering place after or before a ride to fuel up or to relax after the ride, because you can grab a coffee before your ride and you can sit on the patio and have a beer with your friends after the ride.
It's here where you can also get your essentials like local eggs and milk, or an assortment of gourmet items, many made in Oklahoma. And don't forget the fresh baked bread available Wednesday through Thursday, and a bottle of Dino from the wine shop with a selection of 150 different bottles of wine.
We also have a deli case with cheese, and you can get a baguette, get a bottle of wine, go to the park, hang out, sit here and drink it, whatever you want to do.
It's this laid-back feel that keeps customers stopping by, even if it's just for a cup of coffee. At the 30th Street Market in Oklahoma City, I'm Deanne Stein for Discover Oklahoma.
Find all the information about their menu and offerings at TravelOK.com/30th Street Market. The Paseo district was designed as a faux Spanish village with its stucco buildings and red tile roofs, but you can experience the genuine cuisine of Ecuador at our next destination.
The owners brought to Tulsa their favorite family recipes and have cooked up a dedicated crowd of fans. Jason Grubbs and videographer Brian Boone sample the empanadas and say they are que gusto.
Que gusto is Spanish for a couple of things. What a taste and what a pleasure. And that's exactly what people are saying about the restaurant Que Gusto here in downtown Tulsa, where they're serving up South American gourmet foods.
It's one of my favorite spots in the district.
Que Gusto is a quaint and intimate restaurant in downtown, with seating for only a handful of people inside or out. The menu is kept small, easy, and very, very tasty.
It's all just really delicious, and it's filling, and it makes you feel warm when you eat it.
Get breakfast, lunch, or dinner, snacks, and sweets. All of it with Latin flair. The main thing here are the baked empanadas.
So good. So good. I really like the pork empanada and the chicken, and they're all good.
You can choose whatever we want. We have from beef, chicken, pork, vegetarian. We have gluten-free.
Carla Meneses and her husband Fernando own Que Gusto. Originally from Ecuador, they brought with them to Tulsa fantastic old family recipes.
My mom used to have restaurants. I come from a big family. Everybody cooks in my family. So when we moved here, we said, well, Tulsa need empanadas. They don't have it. Yeah.
These are true homemade Ecuadorian empanadas.
Same quality, same recipe, nothing from a can, everything from scratch. That's the way we do it. Yeah.
That's right, everything's from scratch and by hand. Also on the menu, an empanada stew, chicken with Latin-style rice and fried sweet plantains, a traditional slow-roasted pork sandwich, and a few salads. The yuca fries and cheesy yuca bread are must-haves. Carla says quality is a key ingredient.
We have really good quality. We care about what is on the plate.
And customers say they can tell all the foods certainly taste homemade.
It does taste like home cooking. I mean, you can tell that there's been a lot of thought put towards it.
Very authentic, it tastes great. I usually get the empanada.
The motto around here, Latin flavor, locally sourced.
All our beef, chicken, pork, milk, cheese, dairy coming from local farmers.
Everything's also environmentally friendly. The plates, bowls, utensils, right down to the biodegradable plastic containers. Every detail of Que Gusto has been thought out because Carla and Fernando are excited to share their heritage with Oklahomans.
I love it. You know, I think that for me, in special food is being a way to share love, a way to communicate.
In downtown Tulsa, I'm Jason Grubbs for Discover Oklahoma.
You can follow your nose to these delicious South American staples at Que Gusto, or just visit our website, travelok.com/Que Gusto. And that is spelled Quegusto.
Coming up, we're moseying on over to a ranch that is simply delightful.
And we're sending off our Lauren Nelson with a special goodbye from the Discover Oklahoma team. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Inside the Oklahoma Travel Guide, inspiration grows and history glows. Adventures are epic, immersive, and larger than life, like Oklahoma. Order or download your free guide at travelok.com.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma and JRB Art at the Elms in the Paseo Arts District in OKC. This gallery is constantly changing with new exhibitions and a huge list of artists. But I have to say, this is just one of the many great places to visit in the Paseo.
It's true, and there's so much to see here. But Dino, you visited a ranch where there's really a lot to do.
Absolutely. Simply Country Ranch will let you try to be a ranch hand. Follow the trail along with me and videographer Brian Boone to see what it takes to work the ranch.
And I just think that there's a lot of conclusions that have been drawn on ranchers and farmers that really just aren't true. And we like to open it up and let people really see how wonderful these animals are and how great this lifestyle is and you know how special it is.
That is the purpose of Simply Country Ranch just outside of McAlester. Ben and his wife Lauren have created a very special destination that combines fun and education. Now everyone knows running a ranch or a farm is very difficult and hard work.
You don't cowboy unless you love it.
And Ben and Lauren absolutely love what they do. And of course, it all starts with the animals.
We got Highland cattle, we got Angus cattle, we got baby doll sheep. Rupert, he's a pretty well-known little fella around. There's a lot of people that watch him. We got a little pig, we call Miss Piggles. We got goats, we got one alpaca. And we got many donkeys.
And if you are the curious type with a lot of questions, you will get them answered.
We have the petting zoo, So they get to come in and feed the animals, they get to pet the animals, and then they get the information of, you know, what's this animal do, what's it eat, how does it survive, what is it used for on the farm. Every animal we have on the farm is a working animal and does a job.
I almost forgot, you will also find lots of chickens here, and Winston is a big help, and he loves herding those chickens.
Yes, but he is good. He loves working the animals.
While running any ranch is hard work, out here it's also peaceful. It's a place where you can experience the beauty and healing power of nature. This is a lifestyle more than a job. But Simply Country Ranch has even more for you. It's called Simply Stained Shop. It's a sign company created to promote the ranch life.
So everything is online for us right now, and we ship all over the world, and we just recently created a market store within our ranch up at the barn, so then that way people can come and visit the ranch and take away a piece of the ranch with them. So at our sign company, we print items onto wood, we print photos of our animals, they can get pictures of their tour when they come to see the ranch.
All the items are homemade too. Now Lauren brings her background to this part of the business. She's a retired school teacher.
So because I have a teaching education background, a lot of the people who are supporting Simply Stained are also educators. So we really heavily focus on education.
And don't forget, you can see many of their products at the market store located in the barn. Simply Country Ranch has a lot of activities planned for 2022, and naturally this is a wonderful place to hold events such as birthday parties. But when planning your next adventure, Simply Country Ranch can give you a wonderful experience.
And I think when they get to see the animals in real life, when they get to experience the beautiful Oklahoma rolling hills, it makes a huge difference for them and brightens up their day. And I think that just the experience of being able to be out in the country is just something that's unparalleled to an everyday lifestyle.
You can book your ranch adventure by moseying on over to our website, travelok.com/simplycountry. Up next, the Discover Oklahoma team has a special See You Soon message for Lauren.
I'm already teary about it. See you after the break.
Oklahoma Today's March-April issue is dedicated to all things outdoors. Take a tour of the gorgeous new lodges at Robbers Cave and Beavers Bend State Parks, and everything you need to know to level up your running game. We've got tips on how to be a good outdoor traveler, whether hunting, hiking, or camping, plus guides to some of the animals and plants you'll meet along the way. Subscribe today for only $14.95. Oklahoma Today magazine. Break through the ordinary.
Welcome back to Discover Oklahoma, where we've been taking a promenade about the Paseo district in Oklahoma City. There is so much to see, do, and savor here.
Thanks to our friends at JRB Art at the Elms in OKC for being our scenery for this week's show.
And we hope you'll come and explore all the Paseo Arts District has to offer.
If you like any of the art in the show, remember this is a gallery, not a museum. It's all for sale. Buying art is a great way to support the humanities in Oklahoma.
This really is a very special place in Oklahoma City, and I have to say this actually is a pretty special moment here in the show when we tell Lauren, see you soon.
Well, what many of you don't know, I told you last week, is that about 4 years ago, my husband's job moved us to Houston, Texas. He's a student pastor at our church. And so because I love this job so much, I've driven 14 hours here and back for the last 4 years, once a month, because I love this team and this show so much. But God has opened a door for me to be working at our church, and I just really feel like it's what God is asking me to do, and it's the right move for our family. But hey, when I'm back in town, I hope to pop in and guest co-host or do a story or show you more of all of the wonderful things that are still going on in Oklahoma.
Well, you know you're always welcome. We actually are very happy for you and your family.
Thanks.
On the other hand, we will miss all the fun we've had over the last 5 years with you co-hosting. But most of all, we're actually going to miss you.
The first time any of us met Lauren was back when she was the reigning Miss America in 2007, and she co-hosted the show. I was hosting then, and we spent several hours with her, and when we were finished, we got in the car, we said, wow, she is just like a regular person. And this was so astonishing because she's spectacularly beautiful, incredibly talented. She had just won Miss America, but it was true. She's also just like a regular person. She's personable, she's funny, and she's incredibly hardworking.
The one thing you at home need to know about Lauren that you may not know is the enthusiasm and the professionalism with which she tackled every job, no matter what it was, with Discover Oklahoma. Doing a story, doing intros, I will tell you this, she was always so much fun. She made this job even more fun than what it actually is. She was the first one out of the van to grab equipment, even when she was pregnant, and we were slapping her hands to say, we'll get this, you just go ahead and go inside. So to Lauren, we wish you all the luck in the world. We are so happy for you in this new adventure, in this new stage of your life. And this isn't really goodbye, but we'll just see you later.
Something that people don't really see about Lauren is her devotion to her family. Her kids, her parents, and even her sister have been welcome visitors on our shoots at times. My favorite was when we were shooting intros at the Capitol, and her daughter Tatum was just an infant, and she was going through one of those phases where she didn't want to be away from mom for any period of time. So here's Lauren, working mom, scripts in one hand, Tatum in the other, and in between takes you can see her rocking the stroller to keep Tatum calm. Well, anybody that's had an infant knows that there comes a time where the baby just says enough is enough. And luckily with Tatum that time didn't come till we were almost through. By this time all we had left was the There's Always Something to Discover in Oklahoma line. So I got nominated to hold a baby. And by the time Tatum figured out that this old hairy guy wasn't somebody she knew, Lauren had nailed her line and was able to take Tatum off my hands.
Probably my favorite story that I got to shoot with Lauren, we were on the Quartz Mountain Flyer, and the theme that time was for a train robbery. What I remember about that shoot is I was shooting with my big camera, and Lauren came up and said, hey Brian, let me have your other camera and your gimbal, and I'm gonna go get some shots. So while I was shooting, Lauren was up and down the train, sticking the gimbal out the window, getting scenery shots, getting shots of people and kids, and it was just a very intimate time, 2.5, 3 hours on a train, and I really enjoyed that.
Lauren, the first thing I have to say is you have to know it's an indicator of how much we love you, that the fact that all three of our photographers are actually doing something on camera, because we hate it. Early on I learned about you, Lauren, was that you had a great sense of humor. When we first started working together, obviously we didn't know each other very well, and as you know, I'm a kidder and a teaser, and I learned early on that you could not only take it, but you could dish it out pretty well too. And I have awesome memories of all the intro shoots we had and all the laughs and the good times we had, all the outtakes that nobody got to see. And so I'm certainly gonna miss that. And then I want to reiterate on what Tommy said about it was apparent early on that with your dedication to your family. The couple of stories I got to do with you and your children, that creepy, funny story with the bugs. And then one of the last shoots we did together was the elephants. Just the wonder in your kids' eyes, but the wonder in your eyes as a mother. Watching your kids and experiencing this with your kids was just a wonderful thing to see. I know you're gonna do great. There's a hole in our show, in our hearts, because you're not here.
When I became the executive producer of Discover Oklahoma back in January of 2022, I had all these crazy ideas for things that Dino and Lauren could do, in addition to just introducing the stories. And I found that both of them were absolutely game to do anything. Lauren never minded if things didn't go exactly right. Like on the time we were on this dock and we were doing dog dock diving, and she and Dino were throwing these toys for the dogs to dive after. And when it came Lauren's time to do this, as she was also trying to deliver her lines, it didn't go exactly as planned.
Ready, go. Whoop! I threw it out of the pool!
As soon as it happened, we asked, do you want to use that take or do we want to do another one? Because we didn't know if she might be embarrassed. She wasn't embarrassed. She said, no, that's hilarious, let's use it. That is Lauren. She didn't mind that it was funny. She didn't mind that it was funny at her expense, because in addition to all the great things about Lauren, I would tell you she is about the most egoless human being that I have ever met.
So Lauren, I'd just like to say I've really enjoyed all the times we've gotten to work together. You're a fabulous storyteller. It's been so much fun to be around you, and I know in your new endeavor it's going to be win-win for you and the church, and I just wish you the best of luck.
Good luck, Lauren.
Good luck, Lauren. We have loved working with you.
Lauren, we're going to miss you so much, and we wish you all the best, and we hope to hear from you a lot.
Goodbye, Lauren. We're going to miss you. You better miss us.
And I thought I was teary before. Thank you so much, Dino, and thank you to all of my Discover Oklahoma family. I'm so grateful to have been a part of this team.
Well, I can tell you from the heart, it has been an honor and a privilege to stand next to you these last 5 years.
I'm so grateful. And hey, our families still live here, so I'm coming back a lot, and I'm gonna hopefully pop in on the show too.
Absolutely.
Well, Dino, to you and to all of Oklahoma, I will never forget that there's always something wonderful to discover in Oklahoma.